Are you someone that feels like you always have to be doing something in order to feel valued, or a really big overachiever in life and business? Then this video is for you. Hey there, I'm Sierra Sullivan, and I have recently stepped into a whole new way of being around my life, my business, and my relationship. You see, I used to be a woman that used to do all the time. A really high-powered, power chick, entrepreneur that felt that I wasn't actually being valued in life and business and any area actually, if I wasn't always doing something, being productive, I'll say. Well, in the last few years, I've really turned that around because I've noticed that how that has actually left me is feeling drained and exhausted and depleted at the end of the day, and not really getting or having space or time or energy to do the things I most want to do, to enjoy my life, to enjoy my relationship, to enjoy my success. I can go on and on, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to share with you a little technique that I have been playing with. And for some of you that are a Facebook friend of mine, you've been probably watching my naked videos series. I have a little challenge that I'm doing to really peel back my mask and share more of this behind the scenes process. But today's video, for you lovely people on my community tribe list, I want to share with you how to do by being. Doing by being. Now you might ask, what the heck is doing by being? That makes no sense. Well, what it is it's a feminine art. And it's learning that what you want doesn't have to be hard, that what you want to create in life, you don't necessarily have to go out and make happen. And in fact, I would encourage you to consider not actually making it happen. Now, here's why. We have this little tiny viewpoint about life, and when we think that we want something, when we desire something, when we want something, we usually only have a limited understanding of how that can come to us. And so we go about working our butt off in the channels that we've been taught, told, or think needs to happen. Now, that in and of itself leaves out a whole other slew of ways that thing that you want, that desire that you have, could actually come true for you, could actually be a possibility. But most of us put on our blinders and say, okay, so if I want that, then I gotta go get it, and it's gotta look like this. And then we get to work, and then we wonder why it didn't come, or why it didn't come, why it might have come, but we didn't see it because it didn't come in the package we thought. So the being part of this is being willing to not go so fast into making it happen or trying to figure out the how of it. I can do a whole other separate video on the how hole. Stay tuned for a future video on that. But the point being is that we as women, we as people, but the feminine art of this is there's so much more available to us at any given moment. One of the things I subscribe to is where the desire exists, so too does the way. But we are often blind to that way because we think that our way is the only way. And that way usually requires a lot of effort, exertion, achieving, being, doing, and action, which is all very masculine. But the feminine way of manifesting things is to have your desire and then really trust and expect that that desire is going to be met, standing in the magic of that desire and allowing it to come to you. Now, that's not just sitting around waiting for it to come. That takes commitment to watching for every little sign and symbol and omen and what I call breadcrumbs along the way that tell you that it's absolutely happening. So real quick example, and then I'd love to hear from you below, is that say you want to manifest $1,000 because you got to pay rent next week. Well, you set that intention, you have that desire, and then you look for every little tiny bit of evidence possible in order to show you that that is indeed happening. And you follow the breadcrumb, and each step along the way, you are led to the next piece and the next piece and the next piece. Most of us step over it because we're too busy looking and focusing and doing and trying to make it happen. So that's just one small example of how to do through being, because that being place is more receptive and available for the information that comes, and you're not missing it because you're so busy with your nose to the grindstone. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Post below, where have you experienced this in your life? What questions do you have? And we will see you soon. Thanks again. I'm Sierra with Lifestyleize, and have a wonderful day full of being.